Bradenton, Florida.
Bradenton, Florida. So, what are some of the struggles of being homeless in Florida?
The rain, the
Right.
rain.
Yeah.
Balcony or somewhere where you can, get up off the roadway.
Gotcha. And at least here in Bradenton, there are a few balconies that I drain.
Oh yeah, we'll pile in somewhere. If there's a lot of us in the area, we'll all go to one, because Winn-Dixie, they don't mind,
Yeah.
they let us kind of, when it's raining, they don't mind, get in there. And Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Awesome. That's where my wife's from. That area, so that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
And you, sir, Texas, you said?
Yeah, yes sir.
Texas.
Silver Tracy.
Gotcha. So, you've been on the streets longer.
Yes,
You've been out here for many years.
yes, on and off about 15 years.
Okay. In that time period, I'm sure you've been through some nightmares
Oh
on the
yeah,
streets,
oh yeah,
especially as a female.
oh yeah,
Yeah. But I see you still like how you say you've been out here 15 years?
yeah. Yes, I have been out here for 15 years. It's
Gotcha.
It feels like a lot longer, but it's really, and like you don't realize it, I guess, when you live day to day.
Yeah.
You don't.
Gotcha. I'm just fine. It's like I'm sure out here it's every day is a single day to survive.
Oh yes, yes, and certain places, you can't be, and you can't hang out, and you try to find different ways you can hang out or sit somewhere. And that's the main struggle, is finding somewhere to just kind of sit, especially relaxing from the heat.
Yeah.
Earlier it was horrible out here. And
Gotcha. You guys, there was a guy that got hit by a car here recently that was homeless. You guys already seen
Henry,
him?
Henry, yeah,
You guys know him?
yes.
I've had a lot of homeless people tell me. I guess he was just like standing by the side of the road or something.
He was crossing. Yeah, he was crossing. He actually he was a funny guy. He used to panhandle at 2 o'clock in the morning
Oh,
and hold
wow.
a sign way bigger than him.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty- yeah.
Friday and Saturday nights he'd go down to 41 and 53rd, and he'd hold that sign in the median. And I'll tell you what, that man, he made $200-300 a night doing that
Yeah.
at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome. I heard that I listen to police radio at night, and I hear there's a woman somewhere in Bradenton, and like she does the same thing late at night, where she's screaming at cars, but the cops don't go out there at all.
Yes, I actually know her. She doesn't panhandle. She goes out there and she yells.
She yells.
She yells.
Is she panhandling or just crazy?
She's yelling. She's just trying. I think all the frustration of she's been out here for a very long time. I know her very, very closely. She likes to yell.
I haven't met her yet, but I listen to police radio, and there's nights where I'm like listening to police radio, and it's like the fourth person to call her in.
Yes.
Saying, like, somebody's screaming out in the middle of the road. I'm like, I haven't seen her.
Yeah, she's usually in the Cortez area, but yeah, she walks all over. I guess it's her way of getting her frustrations out of everything.
But she is personable if you try to talk to her and approach her.
Not really to anybody, no. Unless you've known her a minute. Like I've known her for a while, so she'll talk to me a little bit, but it's a defense mechanism
Yeah, I understand.
to keep everybody
For
away.
Females, I figured out, like, when I've always wanted to interview homeless females, and it got to the point where, like, I'd see a girl, I'd try to pull up, she'd notice the car and would flee.
Yeah.
Like, it was so hard for me to get a hold of females to interview them when I first started, like, interviewing homeless people, because they're that vulnerable. Like, you're out there at night.
Oh, yeah.
You don't, they see a car, and, like, guys aren't like that. Like, if I pull a U-turn on a guy, the guy won't care, but if you pull a U-turn on a girl, they run.
Oh yeah.
So that's just give you an idea of what people
Yeah,
go through.
I have a rule out here. Nothing goes missing in the light. So as long as you're in the light,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna, somebody's gonna notice that something going missing out of a light situation.
Yeah.
If it's a dark situation, they may not see you go, or see something happen to you.
Yeah.
As long as you're in that light, you're good.
Crazy. So what do you guys do like for entertainment, like for having fun?
Actually, we have a blast just riding around and talking to people. We actually know a lot of people everywhere. We like to ride around and goof off with little funny masks
Oh,
and
you wear a
stuff we
mask?
find. Yes, I do. I wear the mask when I ride the bike at nighttime. People are like, "Who's that?" And we try to joke around with people. That's what we like to do.
I feel like in Bradenton, out of all the places I go to, there seems to be a lot of camaraderie between the homeless people, like, and people on the streets. Like, people are just cool, and you can approach them, and, like, I think that's a Florida thing, really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, the homeless community here in Manatee County isn't the greatest. There's a lot of stealing from each other kind of
That's
thing.
everywhere.
Well, me and him, we don't believe in that. Like, How about we don't go steal each other's flashlights? How about we all go get our own flashlight and then we all have one?
See, I've interviewed homeless people like in a lot of different areas, and that's a problem everywhere.
Everywhere, wow.
The thing is, like, other people that are homeless know that you're homeless.
Yeah.
So the cops don't care about you. So it's like a it's like
it's a cycle.
It's a victim that doesn't have a lot of rights.
Yeah, and it's a cycle. It is an insane cycle that they keep repeating, and I am one of the ones that I won't steal somebody's stuff back if they steal it from me. I don't. What is the point?
Yeah, I mean, it's like crazy that you're already out here. You already have nothing.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you have to worry about the few things you got getting stolen.
Yes. Yes,
Like,
I mean, you see how light we carry. We have literally one bag right here.
Okay, so explain to me the benefits of not having a lot. I interview a lot of homeless people, and they like literally will set up a whole tent city somewhere.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you manage to get by without a shopping cart? Like, what are your like basic down to earth necessities you gotta have out here? Because you know, obviously you guys look healthy, both of you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Even though you're homeless, you both look strong, healthy.
Well, a basic necessity is for me. I have a little OCD, so you know, baby wipes and hand sanitizer is like my main things that I carry, and my hairbrush, my toothbrush. I carry those things, and you know, socks. I always carry a pair of socks somewhere in my bag. And change of clothes. We always have clothes. We have a little cache. We go, you know, we'll go around the city and we'll drop like a bag off somewhere in a tree or something, and we'll leave it there so that way when we're on that side of town again, we have our backup.
Gotcha. And you have to be really careful about concealing it.
Oh yes, oh yes, and of course the rain and all that kind of stuff, moisture, bugs, but we just
You gotta be slick. That's all.
tie it up in a trash bag and stash it. And he's really good at camouflaging.
Yeah.
Put a pond frond over it.
Because I've been in places where like I'll be hanging out with homeless people like that are older, let's say, and then like a young dude shows up out of nowhere. You're like, where was he? Like they had themselves.
Yes, yes. He actually took a whole thing of mangroves at our a spot. He went in, crawled inside these mangroves and broke them down till we had a whole camp in there. If you go back there, you can see it is beautiful. He has you can go down to the pond, go swimming, everything.
But if you drive by, nobody will see it.
You can't see it. No, it's way back behind the building. It's down a trail. But we lived there for 4 months and nobody
bothered you.
The police knew we were there and everything.
Oh, the cops found out how they just follow you? Or
No, they just came back there. You know, they checked randomly the camps or whatever.
So in a mangrove, I mean, you have raccoons, you have crabs,
all kinds of things.
like the challenges of living in a mangrove. I mean,
She feeds the raccoons.
I feed the raccoons. They and throw like shiny things for them because I read about raccoons and what they like and what they don't, and they have no saliva glands, so they like to drink. So if you leave them a jug of water, or some kind of drink out, like I'll grab right past the bus stop and there's a 2-liter soda open. Leave that out for the raccoons. They like it, and any other things. The birds, you feed the birds.
I was interviewing a homeless girl in, where was it? Southwest Florida, further down towards Fort Myers and that way. I don't want to say where she's at because she's in the woods by herself, but I'm interviewing her in the woods, and a raccoon literally came up and like stood on her. I was like, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
but
can.
it wouldn't let me go anywhere.
No,
near.
you
So they
can train
recognize
them.
people.
You can train them to be protective of you. I actually had a spot off of Cortez at one point. I was living by myself in the woods.
Yeah.
There was the alpha raccoon. He looked a little, real little special. He had a half an ear and he had a messed up tail. Somebody cut his tail off, but he protected me. He wouldn't let nobody in there, would he? He would stand there and growl. It was awesome.
Yeah, because I noticed like the raccoons, they would go up to her, but if I even flinched, they'd be gone. So I guess they do recognize people.
Oh yeah, and they will protect you, like especially females.
Yeah.
If you bond with them, you talk to them like they're children. I used to feed them veggie trays twice a day.
Cool.
Veggie trays right from the Winn-Dixie dumpster. I'd just take it to them and every day, twice a day.
So you eventually got out of that spot with the mangroves, like just because the mosquitoes?
No, actually there's a lot of people coming back there, they were burnt it out and bringing people back. So we try to stay to ourselves and keep it, keep it low. Going through a parking lot, I explained to him. I said, "Well, you do realize that there's no sidewalk on this road, right?"
Yeah.
I'm gonna rather go through a parking lot.
Yeah.
I've already been hit by a car.
Yeah.
The cop kind of was like, he didn't know what to say to us. He was kind of like,
Gotcha. But suspicious means nothing. I could think you're suspicious or you're suspicious. But
Yeah.
There's no legal way to suspicion. So like when a police officer tells you, "Oh, you look suspicious," well, that evidence is the only thing that has legal
Yes.
weight. So evidence means, for example, somebody called in saying a guy wearing a white tee or whatever,
Yes.
green shoes, let's say in this case, was hitting somebody or something. Then that is evidence. Like somebody
Yes.
has produced evidence. But evidence and suspicion are not the same thing. So, if a police officer thinks you're suspicious, that doesn't hold any legal weight whatsoever. But again, if you're homeless, your rights pretty much don't exist.
No, not at all.
and you're homeless. They're the law. What you say
Doesn't matter unless you speak the right way. It matters if you speak the right way, if you can articulate yourself in
be
certain
respectful.
situations. Yes, in certain situations. I know some cops come at you forcefully.
Yeah.
If you just kind of articulate yourself and calmly talk to them, they mostly will respond in the right way if you can get them to do it. But it's hard.
It's suspicious
hard.
because when everybody sees the cops, they get up and leave and run off.
Yeah, and I mean that does make you look suspect when the cops are coming around the
but
corner.
there's,
They all
there's something
run.
called- you can actually be arrested for being a public nuisance.
Yes.
So, let's say in the case of the police officer shows up and you leave, well, you could just tell him, hey, I don't want to be a public nuisance. So, your presence, it's a respect thing.
Yeah.
Because you can't be arrested, like say right now, you guys have just a costume with you, That's not a public nuisance. But if you grab 5 or 6 shopping carts and brought them up here,
Oh yeah.
then now you're a public nuisance.
Oh,
So
definitely.
You guys travel light, you said earlier, right?
Yes. Yes.
How does that make life easier for you to travel light?
Travel late. Just the weight of having to carry everything, and less things get stolen. Yes. Yes.
And you're not a public nuisance.
Yes, we're
You
not
don't draw attention.
dragging things out. You know.
For example, like you guys, if I see you guys walking down the road or whatever, you don't look homeless, neither one of you.
No.
So that kind of pushes you off the radar. But now if you're pushing a shopping cart,
Connected to a trailer, connected to another trailer.
Backpacks, bicycles. That's
Headlamp on in the
Yeah.
daytime.
Yeah. You got backpacks and bicycles. You're pretty much in that category, regardless if you're homeless or not.
right? It's crazy to think. But if you just keep up a little bit your presence, like you said, because people are super judgmental.
Oh, definitely.
So have you ever had a police officer do something good for you? in
Uh,
Bradenton?
Yes, actually I have. There was a man on Cortez.
Yeah.
I was helping a friend. She lost her phone in the trash can, and I was in the trash can in the middle of the day looking for her phone because Google said it was there.
Yeah.
And he actually told me to climb out of the dumpster, and I climbed out, and he said, "We need more people like you out here helping friends."
Yeah.
And he handed me a $50 bill.
The cop gave you a $50
Yes,
bill.
yes, with a little prayer card.
Awesome.
Yes.
So not all police officers are bad out here.
No, not all.
Some of them, and keep in mind, they deal with people that, like, if I was a police officer, I mean, like, you have to distinguish between somebody in a wheelchair.
Yes.
Like, you guys are young, you guys can still fend for yourselves.
Yes.
But somebody in a wheelchair, somebody that's elderly, I mean, you have to have some type of consideration for those types of people.
Oh yes, you do. Out here, the older people, we help them out. We try to, the younger ones are supposed to, that's what we're supposed to do. But, I mean, not all of that is all gravy,
I saw one dude recently here in Bradenton. I was hanging out with some females that they were definitely disabled. And the kid was like covered in tattoos from head to toe. You could just tell he just had that stamp where the cops see him, they're gonna go bug him no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I got the notion that, like, he snuck up behind me while I was interviewing them and talking to them or whatever. Like, you might see somebody that, to society, we see them as a criminal, right?
Yes.
But in the homeless community, a lot of those thugged out dudes actually protect the elderly from, like, there might be 3 or 4 people that are actually vulnerable, like females and
Yes.
elderly people. And there might be one dude covered in tattoos, but he protects them.
Yes, he does.
So, is it like almost like sometimes the people that in society we are judgmental about can actually be the ones that help the most?
Actually, yes. I can say I am homeless, but I am not a felon. I am not a felon. I don't have any misdemeanors on my record. I have no record, actually.
Awesome.
And
then you did that in 15 years on the streets?
yes.
No trespassing?
I got trespasses, but they go away. I got one trespass. After a year, it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I did get arrested and go to jail for one trespass. I spent 11 days in there. I shouldn't have, and I actually was released after 11 days. And
Did you sue them?
no, they gave me something called gain time, to where if I get another trespass incurrence where I'm caught
Did
somewhere.
You sign any paperwork for it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because when you're caught at a place that you're already trespassed, you automatically go to jail, no matter what. It doesn't matter. That's the way the
How long
trespass
was
works.
that?
That was about 8 years ago,
Oh,
7
it's
years
too
ago.
far. Okay, it's too far back.
Yeah, it's too
But
far
here's
back.
the thing, like, okay, and again, the law doesn't matter. Technically, according to the law, let's pretend I'm a police officer, and I come here and I say, well, you're trespassed from this exact building where you're at right now. What do you guys say to that? Like, let's pretend I'm a cop. I say, okay, you guys are trespassed. You can't be here. What do you guys do?
We immediately pick up our stuff and we go. But if we've already been trespassed, then we set our things down and we put our hands behind our back, because.
Well, here's the thing. You know what you're supposed to do, and again, it doesn't matter because you're homeless. Like, you're
Yeah.
vulnerable. They're not gonna. In theory, the police officer has to tell you that he has to have communication with the owner of this building.
Mm-hmm.
He has to know. Like, you ask him who owns this building. I'm sure you can go on the property appraisal and find out who owns it, right?
Yes.
And then, who owns this building? So if a cop comes right now and tells you you're trespassed, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to ask him, are you an authorized agent? Who owns this building?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have contact, either by email or phone number, to the person who owns this building? So in theory, if that police officer isn't a representative of the property owner, they can't trespass you. So many times, probably the best thing to do is to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not telling you not to fight them,
No,
but that doesn't really have any legal ground.
yes.
The only person who can trespass you is the property
owner.
or an assigned agent.
Yes.
But of course, you're not going to try your luck when a cop tells you to leave.
No,
You
no.
can get arrested for resisting arrest. Or,
Yeah.
Just pack my stuff up and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better to just pick it
Avoid
up
the
and
problems.
go. Yes.
Right.
There was something my mother-in-law told me a very long time ago. When you're a single parent of 4 children, pick your battles.
Pick your battles.
You have to pick the battles that you want to go with them. And
Gotcha. So a lot of times, as a homeless person, you don't really have the ability to stand up for your rights.
No.
You almost have to give them up, waive your rights constantly
Mhm.
because of picking your battles.
Yes, yes.
Gotcha.
But there's
But like you said,
there's certain times where some days everybody has their bad days, and sometimes I've had my bad days where I've been like, look, I know y'all are about to tell me I'm trespassed. I don't care. I don't care. I'm getting my things and I'm leaving. Don't say another word to me. I'm leaving. Goodbye. And I take my stuff and I go.
Yeah.
And they don't follow me. They don't chase me. They know. Just okay. She understands.
Gotcha. Awesome. You guys have been great. If you see
Thank
around
you.
town, say what's up.
Yes, definitely.
And if you guys want to re-interview again, if the interview goes great, we can do it again.
All right.
I'm really, I respect that. In 15 years, you said,
Yes.
you've been able to mostly avoid the law. That's
Yes.
great. And also, you guys are staying somewhat healthy. You guys don't look completely.
Oh, no.
Your hair looks like it's in both good condition and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like, stay on top of your health, because once you start deteriorating physically,
Oh, you
that's
can't
a
get
road
it back.
You can't get back from.
You
So
can't get back.
You
No.
gotta stay strong. out
We
there.
actually just did tea treatment oils in our hair.
Yeah.
I find all these things in the garbage.
Oh
and-
yeah, I used to. I was a scrapper, so I used to dumpster dive.
That's-
and I know
I-
that, like GNC, for example, they throw out all types of crazy crap.
I actually started dumpster diving when I got divorced. It was a way to make money and pay my mortgage.
I don't know those on the dumpster.
And I find all kinds of things.
I got a metal detector, and let me tell you, if you're lucky on the beach, you can do pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Metal detecting on the beach.
Oh yeah.
But like,
definitely.
you couldn't really be homeless out there. There are a few homeless people by the beach, but they're elderly.
They're elderly and.
If they catch a young homeless person out there, I'm sure they'll, like Bradenton Beach.
Oh, they follow you. They will follow you. They will follow you out there. Yes. I
Right.
actually went out there dumpster diving. I was blasting music.
Yeah.
They said me and my friend were being suspicious, talking on walkie-talkies to each other, blasting
Yeah.
music, riding around.
Yeah.
But
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Give
Thank
me
you.
what I promised.